as the Wildcats of Weymouth High return home to take on the Presidents of Quincy. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Ducharme along with Leo Doyle as we get ready for what should be an exciting battle. A pair of 3-2 teams invading Legion Field in Leo. Wildcats coming off a very impressive performance against North Quincy.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. They really seem to be on a roll, and now's a time where they might have to step it up another notch. You were down there on the field before the game time. What's the mood on the field?
The mood is very much business-like. Let's go get them. Let's make it happen, because they feel that they owe Quincy a few things, that the last couple of years they have fallen to Quincy, and they feel revenge is in the air tonight. The Wildcats and the Presidents. It should be a dandy. It always is. It always comes down to the final minutes, and we'll see if it stays that way. Opening kickoff in just a moment. Stick with us. Don't go away. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crowd still making their way into Legion Field, and not an easy decision. Weymouth Quincy football, Weymouth Silver Lake soccer. Really, it's a tough decision to say the least. It's Weymouth won the toss, and they elected to defer to the second half as far as the choice goes. Quincy will take the ball. Wildcats in their home maroon and gold uniforms, and go back to what I mentioned earlier. Weymouth Silver Lake boys soccer on the same night as Weymouth Quincy football. Not an easy choice because all the students get along quite well with each other as far as the athletes go, and well, they'll be able to see both games as we're hoping to get a copy from Pembroke Cable as far as the soccer goes, and they'll be able to see this one as well as Michael Taylor will get us underway. And Taylor hits it on the line, and it's fumbled by Quincy. A good run straight up the middle by Quincy's Tom Malvesti as he cuts it up to about the 38-yard line. And that is where the Presidents will start. Not what you want as far as a coverage on the kickoff. It looked like that they had cut Malvesti off, but Malvesti got a little more than he should have.
Yeah, a lot of times when you see the ball pop out like that, you might hesitate a little bit, and it seemed like that's what happened.
Mike Bartlett is the key figure in that Quincy offense. He is the quarterback. He is a senior. He threw the ball quite well against Weymouth a year ago. It's Mike Elder, the only back, in the flip out to Malvesti. Brian Scott there as he, along with Rich Dearden, covered the play, but Scott makes the tackle after about a 4-yard gain. It'll be second down and 6 to go as the Wildcat defense has played quite well so far this year. In the past couple of weeks, they have done the job as linebackers Brian Scott and Matt Gill anchor that defense, along with free safety Rich Dearden. They lead in tackles.
There it is at about 44 apiece. Mark, those guys are making some big plays.
Elder, the only back, and he will take the handoff, and he's met by Michael Kelly, who pulled him forward for about a yard, maybe 2, and it'll be 3rd and about 3 for the Presidents as Jeff Burrell led his fullback into the hole. But Kelly spun around Burrell and made the tackle.
Weymouth's defense, like you said, has been playing tough, and we were saying in the pregame they really might have to step it up here tonight.
It'd be a situation where they're going to see some good speed in the Quincy flanks. As 7, Terry Bowman, a sophomore, a good-looking sophomore, and they go to the ground once again, do the Presidents, and they will be close depending on the spot of the football. And it is Elder who takes the handoff. Spot of the football, the key is Bob Bonacolto in on the tackle. First down, Presidents.
Elder carries the ball, first down for Quincy.
Yeah, Quincy got a favorable spot there, and they're at midfield now.
First and 10 from midfield. And on the give, it is going to be Sam Brown, who comes off a very good game a week ago against Matignon. Sam Brown, 150 yards rushing. He scored 3 touchdowns, and he threw for 1 against the Warriors in a 36-6 victory for Matignon.
It's a cool night here tonight, Mark, and there seems to be a little wind up where we are anyway, and I wonder how that'll affect the passing game.
Quincy will be going against the wind and looking at the flag to where we're broadcasting from. We'll try to get a shot of it. It's not going to be easy. The flag in a little bit of darkness, but it is blowing there. As marker down and Brown again. Brown just stood up and dropped. Matt Gill polished him off along with Jimmy Pasciuto. And defensive tackle Scott McPherson really stepped into the hole. And offsides on Weymouth. So the Wildcats, good defensive play, goes by the boards. The Wildcats making some bad mistakes.
They've really avoided those in the last few games. They've picked up a couple wins, and they haven't hurt themselves at all.
Brian Scott has it explained to him as far as the offsides go.
They had to spin the ref around there.
That official,
the wrong way.
That official, who is the linesman, is Jim McCulloch, who is also the Archbishop Williams boys basketball coach, a longtime official. And Jim McCulloch, as you said, Leo, had to be spun around. 2nd and 1 as the Presidents go to the I formation, and it is Brown breaking through, met by Gill, but not before he gets more than enough for the first down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. And head coach Ross DeTorres says, hey, wait just a minute. We got to do some talking about it. With 7:25 to go in the first period, Wildcats will spend the timeout to discuss what has happened here in the early going. And the Wildcats hoping that they can slow down the Presidents, who have a first down at the Weymouth 32. It's the Presidents in the I formation and go to the ground, and Elder just banging his way for 7 yards. He should have had about 2, maybe 3, but he just dragged Michael Kelly and Rich Dearden along for the ride inside the 25 to about the 24.
Friends in on the tackle. Gain of about 7 to 8 yards.
After a couple strong performances by the defense, you hope they don't sit back and get complacent. And I'm sure that's what the coach was telling them on the sideline. You got to go out there and work as hard as you have been.
2nd and about 2, and the Presidents have gone to the ground effectively here so far. And well, Brown getting away from the first hit, and Brown just not going down. Sam Brown, some excellent running. Inside the 20 down to about the 15, and the Wildcats just did not put Sam Brown away. It took Michael Taylor to finally knock him down, but Sam Brown should have been caught at the line of scrimmage. And they have just gone to the ground, have the Presidents, and the Wildcats have really just a little bit stunned right now. They are having it taken to them. Brown, handoff. Cuts it down to about the 11 as he goes off his right side. And Rich Dearden in on the tackle, but
I'm sure this drive's been a wake-up call for Weymouth right away. Hope they can at least keep him out of the end zone here.
2nd and 7 of this drive so far. That is probably the worst first down play that Quincy has had in this possession. And it's Elder inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line, as Quincy just wants to play smash mouth and say, here, stop us.
The ball carries for Quincy.
A 3rd and 2 situation coming up.
You're right, Mark. They're just banging, banging, banging.
Led by Matt Gill.
And Weymouth seems to be backpedaling. They'll come out a little bit flat, and Quincy's sticking with what works.
3rd and 2 for Quincy on the 7-yard line.
3rd down and 2. And so far, it's been Brown and Elder taking turns. Brown, first down. Brown, touchdown.
Sam Brown runs
Sam Brown off his right side, just smashed it in. Wildcats simply just got it handed to them on that first possession.
You're exactly right, Mark.
Mike Elder for the extra point. Yeah, a little situation where the Wildcats might have just hurt themselves again. Silly penalties here in this opening possession.
Flag in the play, penalty against Weymouth, offside.
And now Quincy has the opportunity to set up for a possible 2-point conversion. And So now the Presidents will try for the 2, and not a good start for the Wildcats at all. It's Malvesti in motion, and Bartlett tries for the 2 and does not make it, and that could be key, the fact that Bartlett does not make it, but the Presidents do march it down the field.
Looked like the ball popped out of there when he took the snap and never got his hands on it.
6-0 Quincy here in the first quarter. A 63-yard drive for the Presidents, and mostly on the ground as they just punished Weymouth to take a 6-0 lead. Mike Elder to kick off.
Back to kick Quincy.
As the Presidents just came down and took it to the Wildcats. And a high kick by Elder. Fumbled by Taylor. However, Michael recovers, and Michael wishes that he had a better chance in recovering because he just saw a whole boatload of Presidents come down as Paul Coleri led the group of President tacklers and the Wildcat offense. Realistically, is going to have to just get it going, take better advantage of this situation. Steve Kersey, 315 yards in the last 2 games as he's a leading Wildcat rusher. Ross Shannon, 24 for 54 on the season. And Kersey, now it's one way to get it going. Kersey rips off about 16 on the very first play.
And he was very close to going all the way.
The President defense, over the years, they just try to bang you, beat you in any way they can. They're a physical group, and the Wildcats feel that they've got to match them. Brian Scott, almost to midfield. And Scott was brought down by 66. Matt Stouchin. As Stouchin brought him down, 2nd down and 7 for the Wildcats. But in a nice way to begin your offensive series with a 16, 17-yard run. You just got to keep going from there, though.
Right. See if they can build upon that.
Kersey crosses midfield to Quincy territory. Coleri just met him at the top of the hole, and he, along with Mike Lombardi, they brought down Kersey.
Kersey up the middle, brought down by Paul Coleri.
And it's a situation where the Wildcats have to be able to establish their running game as well. The Presidents did it to the tune of holding the football for 4 minutes and 50 seconds and scoring. Chuck McGill in motion. Kersey toss pitch, trying to cut back. Quincy just read it like an open book and just closed the book very quickly. John Ganji, along with 48 Kevin Carey, they just came smoking across the line, and Kersey loses a couple of yards. So not a good start for the Wildcats at all. It's Michael Taylor to kick. And he just rides out a high kick. And Terry Bowman. Bowman in a lot of trouble and trying to outrun that trouble. Bowman brought down by Jimmy Gagnon.
Good coverage. Fake to the right side of the field, and Weymouth didn't really bite for it. They stopped him about a 2-yard gain on that return.
Near 18-yard line.
Well, the Wildcats, as far as field position goes, can take advantage, holding Quincy inside their 20. And it's a situation where the Wildcats are just got to do something to reestablish tempo here, because it has been Quincy so far that's come out in the first 7 minutes and been very strong as Brown in motion. Elder should have been caught at the line of scrimmage. Elder is, I mean, all you can say is that Mike Elder is really just having a picnic. Brian Scott gets 6 yards.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do anything fancy there. He just stayed on his feet and followed his block, and Weymouth had a few shots at him. Like you said, they got to do something here, come up with a play to turn the momentum around, because they are definitely backpedaling.
7-yard gain, and it realistically is nothing fancy, to say the least, about this situation. Quincy's just trying to say, here we come. See if he can stop us. And they are doing quite well, thank you, as Sam Brown gets the first down out the 31-yard line. Jimmy Pasciuto makes the tackle, and along with Ryan Casey, and it's a situation, I think, right now, Weymouth is just going to take a look at themselves and say, look, you know, we can tackle better than this. We can do a lot of things better than this.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. They know they can play better than this. They also have to be careful because, as you were saying, Quincy can throw the ball, and this really sets up the pass the way they're pounding it in there.
Exactly. Alvesti in motion. Bartlett quickly, and about 5 yards on the play to Jason Sova. As Sova had to come back for the football, and Sova might have had a few more yards. Mark it at the 39-yard line, so it is a gain of 7, 2nd and 3, and right now, Quincy is just dictating.
First down has been a key all throughout this game for Quincy. They're just picking up big chunks and have 2nd and short here once again.
Sam Brown, first down to the 45-yard line. And realistically, the Wildcats aren't tackling, and Quincy is just gaining yards at will. 6, 7 yards at a whack.
Brown, the ball carrier, tackled by DeSantis.
There's nothing fancy, and there's nothing that we can say in this broadcast. I think the pictures are just speaking for themselves.
Yeah, that makes it all the more frustrating. I mean, Weymouth, they know what's coming at them, and they've been unable to stop them so far.
Presidents have come from the 18 to the 45, and first down, and first time that Mike Elder has really been stopped. 1 yard on the play. Bob Bonacolto in on the tackle along with Taylor, and along with Chuck Mackey. But that's the first time, as you said, first downs have been key, and the fact of the matter is that is what Weymouth is going to establish. Make them...
Yeah, they got to put a couple stops together here now. They got to come up again and put a hit on.
Searching for the right phrase is Brown coming around on the sweep, and he is chopped down after about a 2-yard gain. A lot of people came up to string it out. Michael Taylor finally did put it away, but it looked like that Brown was going to break it to the outside as the first quarter will come to an end. And the Presidents controlled the first quarter. They dictated what happened as they lead 6-0 after 10 minutes of play. Wildcat band playing as we get ready for second quarter action. And Quincy with a 6-0 lead with Leo Doyle and Mark Ducharme, as it was all Quincy in the first period. As a third down situation and 8 for the Presidents. And Presidents dictated the tempo that first period. Bartlett to the draw. Sam Brown gets away from the initial hit. Will not get the first down. He'll be close, though. He is about 2 yards short. But Brown looked like he was going to be about a yard, maybe 2 gain, but Brown is marked down at the 47-yard line. And it'll be about a yard and a half short. It'll be 4th down.
And maybe, like you said there, you had the band trying to get the crowd and the team pumped up, and maybe that paid off. Who knows? Hardest working band in America, as you say, Mike.
And the Presidents, this is a situation where you've got to be smart. Here's Mike Elder to punt. High snap, and Elder gets it away. I was going to say be smart in the sense you got to watch the count. And a good coverage by Terry Bowman as he just grabbed it at the 5. And you know, for the Wildcats, a situation where 95 yards.
They have to put some first downs together.
5-yard line.
Unofficially, I'd say, out of the first 10 minutes, Quincy had the ball at least 8. So Weymouth wants to put something together here.
Not only the fact of getting some first downs and just, get the field position back in sync, so to speak, because it looked like Weymouth had it. Now Quincy gains it back as far as having it, forcing Weymouth at their 5-yard line. And they'll go to the ground, and it is Kerosy getting about a 2-yard gain at best. As Steve just slicing off his right tackle. It's Quincy's Jason Bennett in on the tackle. Situation, Weymouth is also going against the breeze that had just picked up a second ago. I don't know if you can hear it through the headset mics. But it's a situation where you got to get out of the shadow of your own end zone. And they go to the ground, and Roy Ward is refusing to go down, and Ward is out to the 11 to be 3rd and 3, as Ward looked like it was going to be going for more, but Ward just could not shake away from Paul Coleri.
Yeah, so far Weymouth has been one tackler away from breaking a couple here early.
Third down, the Wildcats have to get it out to the 15. They're at their 11. And the situation where it's a key play because they'll be going against the wind as far as the punting goes, and they don't get the first down. And Karacy's second effort, he will be close. Second effort, and the spot is the key. They're going to measure.
Yeah, they should. Just on that effort alone, I mean, he could have been thrown for a 1-yard gain and leaped the tackler and picked up about 3.5, 4. It's going to be close. Oh, that is big.
Nose of the football. It's a situation. I mean, I'm amazed on spots, you know, how they figure that out. And the other fact of the matter is setting the chains.
Right.
Because you don't know, you know, coming across the field, what can happen. I mean, these guys, it's not an easy situation because the chain crew is mostly volunteer. Certain fields, you get guys that have been there and been doing it for many moons.
I'm sure it becomes instinctual for some of these guys.
Shannon, complete. Chuck Mackey
Hang on.
trying to lumber down the sidelines is Chuck, and he gets it out to the 49 on a good play action.
That was, no, you're exactly right, Mark. I don't know if you followed that with the camera, but it certainly had me fooled.
I thought it was Karacy on tackle and Ross Shannon. It's a big play.
First down to Weymouth.
Sometimes you just need a big play like that to say, hey,
First down Weymouth on their 46-yard line.
we're awake, we're alive here. Let's get it going.
And that's a type of play that can turn the momentum back around. If
Right,
you're
you
Quincy.
are. Yeah.
Kevin Carey just threw himself into the hole, and Messrs. Gillespie, Gomes, and Bonacolto did the best to try to get him out of there, but he just clogged up the hole and then had some help.
Yeah, that's a situation where if you guess right, you can make a big play. If you guess wrong, Karacy's going to break it.
2nd and 13 from the 43-yard line. Shannon, play action, and just overthrows the open Chuck Mackey. Mackey had a step on the two linebackers, Kevin Carey and Steve Provo.
Pass intended for
Chuck
Mackey, incomplete.
just had to go diving for the football in defense to Ross Shannon. He had a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Mark. He was throwing over 3 big men coming at him.
Jason Bennett especially just came smoking over the top, and it's 3rd and 13, and the Wildcats want to keep this drive alive and might have to call timeout if they don't hurry.
To go on Weymouth's 43-yard line.
Thrown into some wind there too, as we mentioned, so that's not an easy toss by any means.
It's close to being a delay on the Wildcats. Shannon on the roll. He will keep. Ross, 50. Ross run out of bounds at the 49 of Quincy. He'll be short of a first down by 5 yards, but Shannon just got what was there and took what he could get, and he gets Weymouth to within 5 yards on 4th down, and they will kick the football away. And
Washington keeps it on
The thing is, the Wildcats get it out of the shadow of their own end zone, which is the big thing, and they get it to Quincy territory. Now the question is, does Michael Taylor can put it inside the 20? And he does not get off the best of kicks. The 27-yard line, it looked like he just caught the end of the football.
I think he might have been trying to keep it low, kick it through the wind. And like you say, got it off the end of his foot.
Quincy's ball, first down.
Unusual, to say the least, for Michael Taylor to have a 22-yard kick.
On the 28-yard
Yeah, you're right, Mark. I mean, we mentioned last week what a weapon he is back there. He really gets off some bombs.
The average coming into the game is deceptive. And first down, Sam Brown just looked to take it all the way, and he nearly did.
Sam Brown up the middle for a first down for Quincy.
Sam Brown just went through a huge hole, and he nearly broke it to the 42 and a first down. Michael Taylor, who calling defensive signals, 34-yard average coming in, but the fact of the matter is, it's got to be pointed out, he's pooched a few punts, so that average is deceptive. Bartlett to throw. Avoids Bonaculto as he goes deep downfield, and it's incomplete, intended for Jason Sova. As good man-to-man coverage on that play.
The intended receiver on that pass, covered by Pat O'Toole.
Pat O'Toole on the coverage, and Pat did a nice job. He just stayed with Jason Sova step for step.
Yeah, if it looked like he slipped at the end. If he didn't, he might have had a shot at taking that one away. He's already got one this year.
Second down and 10. Sam Brown. No doubt about that run. Sam Brown just ripping off 10 and a first down. He's brought down by Michael Kelly.
Yeah, what's frightening about that, Mark, is no one even got a glove on him until he was 8 yards into the backfield. I mean, into the Weymouth territory.
First and 10. Elder, a little bit of confusion on that play as Mike will get about a couple of yards as Mike crosses the 45-yard line, and he's brought down on the play by Michael Kelly. And
Elder on the carry.
Ryan Scott is having trouble with his helmet. Brian now gets that helmet fixed. Second down and 9. And he's been bringing down Sam Brown. That time, Bob Bonaculto did a very nice job as he just slipped his block. Butch Palazza, and he just chopped down Sam Brown at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he burrowed his way in there.
No gain.
Create a little havoc back there. That's what Weymouth hasn't had. Making some plays at the line. That's what they need to do.
4:11 to go, first half of play. Mike Bartlett tells Sam Brown what he wants him to do. As Brown comes in motion towards you. Bartlett, pump fake, dump off for Brown, incomplete. And nobody was around Sam Brown, and if he caught that, it could have been 12-0 because Sam Brown looked like he was off and running.
Yeah, it looked like he could have pooch kicked it over to him. He was so wide open there.
Yeah, the only negative as far as Mike Bartlett goes on the play is the fact that the Quincy quarterback almost went over the line of scrimmage.
Right.
He was within a step of doing just that as Mike Elder to punt. And the last time Elder punted, he pooched it right to the 5-yard line. And a good kick, and Kerosene and Taylor just watch it go out of the end zone.
He had some help from the wind there. Weymouth got some help from the wind too.
Elder's punt carries into the end.
Well, if you're Weymouth, you got to start getting it together. You're down 6-0. They go to the ground, and Roy Ward gets about a yard as Quincy line doing a very nice job as Bill Dunn in on the tackle of Roy Ward, but you got to give Quincy the offensive line. I mean, the Weymouth offensive line has played well in the last 2.5 games. And right now, they're not doing a bad job, but the fact is, Quincy's just allowing them to have only so much.
Right, they've been dominant in the past few games, and
Gerard nearly broke it as he gets it to the 26-yard line.
Pass complete to
John
Scott
Gange
Gerard.
made the tackle, and John Gange did a very nice job in just staying with Scott Gerard, who turned out on him.
like you said, the Weymouth line isn't doing a bad job, but just unable to spring it and break for the big play.
3rd and 4.
3rd and 5 for Weymouth.
A situation where the Wildcats want to keep things going as we're under 2:50 here in the first half. And a great defensive play by the Presidents. Bill Dunn, he just came smoking in, grabbed Kerosene, and just dropped him. And timeout, Quincy, with 2:32 to go in the first half.
Kerosene
Michael
brought
Taylor
down
the
by
kick.
number 42, Ryan Taylor.
And Michael Taylor about to punt the football away. Quincy looked like they want to come after Taylor, who rides it out again on the line, and not a good Weymouth roll, and it'd be in Weymouth territory at the 49 as Quincy with good field position. They have just slowly but surely creeped up on the field position.
Punt is down by Matt Gill for Weymouth. Quincy's ball, 1st and 10 on Weymouth.
2:24 to go first half, and you're going to see Mike Bartlett air it out a little bit. He doesn't have to air it out as much with 2:24 and about 4 timeouts remaining.
And then they do have, Quincy does have the wind at their back, so that's to their advantage as well.
Toss pitch, Brown trying to turn the corner, and Sam, well, when you're doing that well on sweeps and off tackle plays with Sam Brown, you don't have to
Brown
go to the air that much. There's Brian Scott on the tackle.
Brought down by
As the
Taylor.
clock will be starting once again with 2:17 to go here in the first half, and now it's going.
Yeah, Taylor stuck his nose in there and fought off the block, but again, that's way downfield.
Mike Elder. Well, people are meeting him, but they're meeting him, as you said, 8 yards downfield. As Rich Dearden with a tackle, and Elder get 9 on the play, but Rich Dearden met him and was run over for 2 or 3 yards more. And Quincy with 1:52 left, just on the move. 2nd down and 2 for the Presidents. Or moving the football very well on the ground. And Sam Brown once again, and he gets out of bounds, but let's see, he is going to get the first down at about the 26-yard line, as Brown does have the first down by appearances.
Hit out of bounds by Gagnon and Taylor.
But Sam Brown has had a very good first half running the football, and Wildcats just gotta just buckle down and get it back in gear, so to speak. It's, you know, take the gold cliche. It's just the fact is
26-yard line.
they're getting it handed to them. They only trail 6-0, but you know, Mike Elder gets a couple of yards on the play. This is what Weymouth has got to do in 2nd and 7 situation coming up as Quincy spends a timeout. 2nd down and 7 for the Presidents. I think if anything was established, it was on the opening kickoff, and the Malvesti got away from the initial pursuit. As he goes in motion, Bartlett toss pitch it is Brown trying to turn it outside, and Brown will be close to the first down. He is going to be dropped at about the 18, and timeout Quincy. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Presidents as the Wildcat defense trying to hang on. 3rd and 2.
They're down 3 yards to go on Weymouth 18.
Brown or Elder? Who are you going to pick?
You're the magic man, you tell me.
I'm not going to touch it because it's really, they both run well. Elder first down across the 15 to the 13. And Brian Scott came out of the pack with a football and saying
Brown, the ball carrier,
he wasn't
runs up
down.
the middle and is brought down by the middle of Weymouth's line.
The past few weeks, Weymouth's come up with some big plays on defense, and tonight they just haven't been able to make that big play.
Timeout, 129, Quincy with the 6-0 lead and the timeout. Quincy, and with the wind at their back, you might have expected them to air it out a little. They have not, but they've been in a nice situation. They've run the football very well as Bartlett. Deep over the middle of defensive play by Jimmy Gagnon, as he just tipped it away from Jason Silva.
Number 22 of Weymouth, Jim Gagnon.
Gagnon had an interception last week, and I'm sure he would have loved to gather that one in.
As Bartlett looked like he had Jason Silva on the post pattern, but Jimmy Gagnon with a very nice play. And 2nd and 10. Thing is for Quincy with no timeouts. There's a situation where the Presidents have run the ball well, they might go to the sweep with Brown. Brown being chased as he gets inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. Rich Dearden, Doug Vanitsky make the tackle. And it'll be 3rd and 5. But the fact of the matter is that Coach Jack Raymer,
brought down by Doug Vanitsky.
if he gets him outside, he gets knocked out of bounds. That was what he's hoping for at the worst, but situation where that's what Quincy wanted as we go under a minute. 3rd and 5. Elder stood up, defense very strong in that play from Brian Scott, and he got help as Matt Gill helped him out.
Exactly, Mike. That's the type of play that Weymouth needed. Clock ticking. 4th and 5.
38 seconds to go. Presidents 4th and 5. Big play here. Toss pitch. Sam Brown cuts it back inside. Chopped down. And depending on the mark, I do not know. I don't
know. The clock to take a look.
19 seconds to go, first half, and Weymouth says, hey, we've got it. And Quincy, it is close.
We can't get anybody to the point of attack. The kid's out there and he's got one-on-one. I mean, how many times are they going to do that? And we don't get anybody there.
Chains are coming in for a measurement.
They've run that play 7 times.
It's close, folks. Weymouth defense holds.
That is huge.
Everybody coming up big as you look at Rich Dearden coming off the field, Richie Dearden, and the Wildcat defense doing the job.
That's the type of stand that Weymouth really needed going into the second half. Now they've got the momentum.
I think you're going to see Ross Shannon just bull his way ahead as much quick as he can, and just, yeah, that's exactly what you're going to see. Shannon puts the knee down. That's the half, folks, because the Wildcats are just going to let the clock run out. Good news is the fact the Wildcats make the good stand to finish off the first half. Bad news, however, is that they will go to the locker room down 6-0 as Sam Brown, 7-yard touchdown run, put Quincy on top, and the Wildcats trail 7-0 after 20 minutes of play. Again here at Legion Field, Quincy leading Weymouth 6-0 as Quincy scoring on their first drive of the game. As Mike Elder to kick off. Mark Sharmaline with Leo Doyle. As pull up a chair for the second half of this one as Elder's kick just dies. Taylor takes it. 20. Taylor cuts back. Taylor just spins his way out to about the 29-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will start the second half. And surprisingly, Quincy had the choice of which end they want to kick as far as second half goes, and they wanted to kick against the wind.
29-yard line.
Paid off for him, actually, Mike, surprisingly. Weymouth wasn't able to field it on the fly.
Shannon, bootleg. Shannon, deep downfield, intercepted. Ross forced one in and had it picked off as Quincy had excellent coverage as it is picked off on the play by the Presidents. Shannon just gunned it downfield as Tim Downing just took the errant throw, and Shannon and the Wildcats start the second half in not the best of situations to give the ball to the Presidents at midfield.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. They had the wind at the back, want to try throwing, but you can't force it.
Quincy ran the ball quite well in the first half, and we'll see what the Wildcats' adjustments are. Sam Brown this time does not have the success as Brown gets about 2, maybe 3 on the play. Second down and 8 coming up. Brian Scott in on the tackle.
Temperatures dropped about another 10 degrees just at halftime, I think. I am freezing up here.
It is cold, believe me. We don't have this beloved insulated booth.
Couple of sissies up here.
I know it. And I quickly have to get the coffee, a sip in just to get warm again. Toss pitch Brown. Bob Bonaculto from behind, and a group of maroon and gold shirts from the front. Brian Scott, Finitsky, Michael Kelly all there.
But you bring up the weather for a reason, too. I mean, it can be tough to throw the ball and catch the ball in this cold, and the ground attack is going to be vital in the second half.
I do not know what the discussion was, and it's 3rd and 4.
The left side of the line in on that tackle for Weymouth.
3rd and 4. Bartlett play action, pressure, and does he complete it? Yes, he does. Catching it in bounds was Tom Malvesti in front of Brian Scott, and a first down. Had to wait to see if it was a signal given. You saw Quincy player top of your screen on the bench saying, yeah, he caught it, but it was no signal from the officials.
1st and 10 for Quincy.
Weymouth had people around the ball there at both ends, but weren't able to come up with any action.
Bartlett, quick drop, complete. Sova gets drilled as he caught it by Roy Ward. And Ward said, Sova, yeah, if you're going to catch it there, you're going to earn it.
Roy Ward.
Jason Sova just looked at Roy Ward as if to say, yeah, well, I did. I caught for 7 yards.
All right, Ward stepped up out of full load and knocked him back about 2 or 3, but forward progress gave him about 7, like you said, Mark.
7:58 to go, 3rd period, and the Presidents trying to take advantage of the Downing interception. Brown, oh baby, did Bob Bonaculto just greet him?
Boom, right there. Stuck his head between his numbers and drove him right down.
A loss of 3 on the play, 3rd and 5.
Textbook tackle there, just popped through and stuck him nicely.
Third and 5 for Quincy on the 35-yard line.
Big play.
Exactly, Mark.
And the big play coming up because you want to have a chance here on 2-down territory as Bartlett just overthrows Malvesti. Taylor on the coverage. Taylor was around, but the pass was just thrown away more or less by Mike Bartlett.
Right, Weymouth got a little pressure in the backfield there. Forced a quick toss.
4th and 5.
4th and 5 on Weymouth's 35.
Bartlett counting troops. Let's see, I got 11. tells Elder and Brown, well, we'll do this.
What was the phrase you used last time? Big play?
Big play.
Okay, here we go again.
Screen. Bartlett in trouble. Gets away. Bartlett will run. Bartlett. First down in what should have been a sack. Back at about the 45. Bartlett turns it into a 15-yard gain.
Every game, you know, there's a few plays that can turn the tide, and that was a big play. A big individual effort.
That was all Mike Bartlett. And the fact of the matter is the Wildcats never wrapped him up, and they only have themselves to look at. They had him for a loss, and he just shook away.
You get a little over anxious there. You say, all right, here we go. Big play from me, and it can swing right around unless you focus all the way through.
Situation where the Wildcats did what they were supposed to do. They saw the screen coming, but do we have a penalty?
Oh boy, listen to us rambling on.
We ramble, but this might not have gotten them the first down.
Yeah.
Personal foul, Quincy. 4th down. So instead of a first down, it is 4th and 1.
Illegal use of hands.
And so somebody down the field made a mistake. And in a situation, you know, the way Bartlett was running, they were doing everything they can to help him. Bartlett sneak. And holy cow, he is going to score. That is unbelievable. That is just a simple situation. Nobody tackled Mike Bartlett.
He got in behind his block, and he called it a sneak, and that's exactly what he did. He snuck in behind his block and just kept rolling.
Mike Bartlett and the Presidents with the 12-0 lead, 6:40 to go, as he tries to run the option. And I don't think they're going to count that one. That was good improvising by Bartlett as he threw a good hook pass.
It looked like Kareem there with the...
He did, and 12-0 Quincy with 6:40 to go, 3rd quarter. Wildcats allow Quincy to go 50 yards after the pass interception. Mike Bartlett, 26-yard touchdown run. Situation with the Wildcats. You don't tackle, don't win. It's a simple sport. Elder's kick just stays high. Michael Taylor trying to break it loose. Taylor down the near sideline.
Oh, nice.
He could go. Ooh. Shot down at the 21 is Michael. And the first thing that the Wildcats and their faithful can talk about is Michael Taylor almost going the distance.
He had great vision coming up that sideline. Found a slot, picked it, hurdled the tackler, and looked like he was gone.
And a President shaken up, and now Terry Bowman comes off the field. But it looked like Michael Taylor was gone, and I don't know how Kevin Carey got a hold of him. He just dove and hoped that he could get him by the ankles, and that's about it.
Yeah, he slapped his foot into the ground, and Taylor wasn't able to keep his balance, but what a phenomenal run, and that's exactly what Weymouth needed.
Bonus ball, 1st and 10 on Quincy's 20-yard line.
Weymouth has got to cash in. That's all there is to it. Toss pitch. It's Kersey looking for the block and, well, not getting him. 3-yard loss for Steve Kersey. Kevin Carey, once again, leading group of tacklers as Carey and Bill Dunn just came smoking around the corner and grabbed Kersey.
Play brought down by Ryan Taylor.
Boy, oh boy, a great return. And the Wildcats have got to cash in. Shannon, quick pass, caught. And it will be a gain to about the 18-yard line to Scott Gerard as he cut in front of Tom Downing and made the catch. The fact of the matter is the Wildcats, 3rd and 7 situation.
3rd and 7 for Weymouth.
2 down territory.
He's been unable to get outside here.
Play action, complete. Roy Ward first down at the 8.
You gotta get back to the friggin' thing right now.
Ross Shannon
Shannon's pass completed
picked
to
up off to Roy
First
Ward.
down, Weymouth.
And the Wildcats
Go right, go
trying
right.
to take advantage of the great kick return by Michael Taylor.
Weymouth foul on the 9-yard line.
And punch it in as they trail 12-0 with 5:24 to go, third period. Karasi
Will you look at this? Jesus!
chopped down at the line of scrimmage. Kevin Carey in on the tackle. Kevin Carey is having a monster performance in this one.
It's 34. Play sideline.
Harrison stopped on that play.
Second and goal from the 10. Shannon's tripped over his own linemate. Ross Shannon just tripped over his offensive lineman coming out of the pocket, out to roll out. Situation, I mean, that you're speechless the way things have happened here in this third quarter.
Weymouth ball,
And
third down on
the
the
quarterback
14-yard
sneak
line.
and the way Bartlett got away in 2 straight plays. In that situation there where Shannon just bumped into his own lineman, Ward again gets the reception. But the Wildcats are going to be going from the 7-yard line on 4th down.
Well, now it's 4th and goal.
And boy, they are going to talk about it
Pass completed to Roy.
because it's a big
Knocked
play
out of bounds
with
by
4:11 to go
Brown
here in the
Hamilton.
third quarter and down 12-0.
Weymouth called for a timeout.
Well, with the Wildcat offensive brain trust call on this 4th down and goal situation, it's a big play.
There it is again, a big play, and that's so true. I mean, Weymouth's been struggling here offensively, and they just absolutely have to stick it in the end zone here to get back into it.
Shannon. Intercepted, intended for Ward, in situation where they have gone to him a couple of times in this possession, and well, the last time it doesn't pay off because Quincy comes up with the big play.
Pass was picked off in the end zone by Quincy.
As the President's John Ganchi just played it perfectly. And that opportunity goes by the boards, and the Wildcats, realistically, are in a whole heap of trouble as far as this one goes.
Right, that's looked like they tried that a little wrinkly. He'd been cutting outside to the sidelines, and this time he cut it back into the end zone, and it was well covered.
First down, Presidents. Toss pitch, Sam Brown trying to get outside, chopped down. In the backfield is Ryan Casey, just picked up the pieces. But Bob Bonacalto or Rich Dearden, I couldn't check to see which one it was, came knifing through and disrupted the play.
Of course, that interception serves 2 purposes there, Mark, where not only does Quincy get the ball back and prevent a touchdown, but they get possession out at the 20 and give themselves a little bit more room.
It's funny, we talked to a few people at halftime about Quincy seemingly, I think, bring up after this play is Bartlett. Silva with the reception, touchdown quickly. Silva thought he should have gone for a lot farther as Pat O'Toole
Bartlett's pass completed
just covered
to
him.
Jason Silva.
3rd and 3 coming up.
Pat O'Toole covered for Weymouth on the play.
But 2 years ago, Weymouth rolling along, comes off a big win over North Quincy, and then Quincy comes to Weymouth and shocks them by a point. And in fact, Quincy has dropped Weymouth the last 2 years, but the fact of the matter is, Quincy's seemingly, there's like a team that's got your number. Quincy's got Weymouth's number in football for some strange reason. And right now, unless Weymouth turns it around, that trend will stay. Brown just picking his way through the line, and finally he is knocked down by Michael Taylor, but not before Sam Brown gets the first down to the 35, and Presidents are just doing whatever they want.
Weymouth just seems out of sync here
Brought down by
tonight,
Brian Scott.
offensively
Matt
and
Kennedy in
defensively.
on the play also.
And you got to credit Quincy with that.
50-50 drawing, ticket number 143577.
It's funny, it was 2 years ago we talked about that. And Quincy and Weymouth went back and played Bridgewater in one of the best high school football games you wanted to see, and ended up in a tie. It was one of the back and forth game, but right now, Weymouth needs to be getting tough. Roy Ward's going to be hit for a personal foul penalty because Roy Ward, while they were holding up the runners, Ward came over the top and just crunched a Quincy player. And the Wildcats just killing themselves right now. Absolutely not needed.
Well, you know, he's looking to make something happen, and of course that's not the way to do it, but he's out there thinking we need a big play and try and stir things up.
Unfortunately, where he performed his deed, so to speak, was right in front of the official.
48-yard line.
The Wildcats are just really, as you said, Leo, out of sync, and they are just compounding it by just being very well, except for this play here, because Matt Gill on the blitz came blasting through and grabbed Sam Brown. But the fact is, for all the quote good
Brings him down for a loss.
that Quincy's done, they're only leading 12-0, and you know, when you look at it, Quincy could be leading by a great deal
Second
more.
down, 12 to Quincy.
Right, that's why if Weymouth had punched one in there, they would have been in great shape, because Quincy knows they've controlled the line the whole game, and if they looked up on the board and we're only up 5 or 6, get them thinking.
I'll go to a point after this, and it's Bartlett, Sova on the quick wide receiver play that gets about 3-4 yards. It's Pat O'Toole on the tackle. It's a quick out.
Pass completed to Silva.
It's a nice open field tackle by O'Toole there. So he's got some shifty moves, and O'Toole stayed right with him.
And a kill on the play for Weymouth.
As a former high school athlete, and did you ever feel in one situation that you could come out too pumped up for a game? That maybe you're so pumped up that you come out and maybe emotionally you're flat?
Yeah, I mean, you don't ever want to leave it in the locker room, Mark, but yeah, I mean, that can happen. You can get on a roll and wear yourself out, but I don't know what it is here tonight. It's been a strange game.
Bartlett with time, he's just going to air it out deep downfield, and it's open for a 1st and goal situation. A Tom Malvesti, who on the corner route is brought down by Jimmy Gagnon. Malvesti was about as open as you could get. He just got a perfectly thrown ball by Mike Bartlett to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Bartlett might have overthrown that one, but it got up there in the wind and hung up there nicely, and Quincy benefits.
First down for Quincy.
Well, this goes on, and fortunately we have an incident outside the stadium. We do not know what it is. We have police and ambulance out there, and hopefully whatever, as the third quarter comes to an end, that situation is remedied and everybody is okay, and we cannot tell what it is, but the third quarter, Presidents continue to march on the Wildcats. 12-0, they lead after 3. Wildcats, it's not been a pleasant night at the old ballpark. Quincy 12 and threatening to add more, and Weymouth nothing. As the Presidents have been able to do what they wanted when they have wanted.
Yeah, they were pounding the ball on the ground, pounding it, and we had a feeling that sooner or later something might open up deep, and Angie sprung free, and they got that big gainer.
Tom Malvesti wide open. And if there's any situation as the wishbone look for the Presidents, Sam Brown stood up and Rich Dearden tried to strip him of the football while his mates teamed up to bring him down. Doug Vanitsky, Brian Scott. And if anybody's wondering, I mean, there is a situation over in the corner, and we cannot really get a good glimpse of it. So,
you can be sure. People of Weymouth can rest assured that the boys in blue are doing their job, taking care of business.
Mike Elder And these boys in blue are doing quite a job. Touchdown, Elder. And the Presidents are just taking the Wildcats apart. 18-0. They lead with 9:20 left.
Quincy attempting a 2-point conversion.
Mike Bartlett and the Presidents will go for the 2. And it's Terry Bowman on the pitch out. Bowman scores. Wildcats had a chance to wrap Bowman up. And the Presidents are just hammering the Wildcats, who are just totally
wins the ball
flat.
for 2 points.
20-0. Quincy with 9:20 left. An 80-yard drive for the Presidents. As after the Wildcats looked like they were going to punch it in, Presidents take the football and just stick it to Weymouth. And well, fact of the matter is,
Over back to kick off the Quincy.
Quincy has come to Weymouth and they have been dominant. Steve Kerosey gets crunched at the 24-yard line. Kevin Carey, who seems to be around the play consistently in this game, as he brings him down, along with Ed Anderson, making a comment about the situation that happened out there. And the fact is, we just, in case people are wondering, covering a game, and the fact of the matter is, there's no way in the darkness near Legion Field that you could ever seen it. There were, like, as we said, 3 police cars around in the ambulance, but that's under control, and that's the good thing. And Ross Shannon just has his pass picked clean, as Quincy's just reading Weymouth like an open book. John Gange's second interception, and the Presidents are about to just cap this one. Somebody forgot to tell, before the season, Weymouth was picked 8th and Quincy 9th. And Weymouth has been playing super football in the last few weeks. Just tonight, they are just having it taken to them, and Quincy was picked 9th. And I think somebody has forgotten to tell the people. But the funny thing is, Quincy comes to Weymouth, and for some strange reason, they just own the Wildcats. They own the Wildcats. And tonight, wow.
Some teams just, match up well against other teams. And, like you say, you can get a team's number and just have all the confidence in the world.
I don't think you need an explanation on that play.
That's typical of the way the game's been going tonight. It gets 2 or 3 shots at him, and somehow he slips free.
Broken play for Quincy gives him the first down.
First and 10 from the 14. When Weymouth is good, they are very good. When Weymouth has been bad, if things not look good. They've been very bad. And tonight, Sam Brown.
Oh, man.
Personal foul penalty.
I think they got word again.
And we have a flag on the play.
Was making a hit again. I don't know. The whistle hadn't blown. He come up and gave his opponent a lick, but the refs didn't see it that way.
Bonacorpo win on the tackle.
Personal foul, Weymouth.
Foul is against Weymouth. Personal foul.
Well, Mark, we saw, Weymouth turn their season around a little bit earlier in the year in the second half against Barnstable, and that's where they got to go from now. They're down 20 in a rough situation here with 8 minutes left, but you got to stand tall.
First down, Quincy.
Emotionally for this ball club, it's going to be a very interesting week coming up. Bartlett gets to the 2. And I say that because a lot of sports, there is emotion attached to it. And the fact of the matter is, the Wildcats wanted to prove a point in this game. They wanted to prove that in the Boston Globe they were given 10th ranking in Division I. And they wanted to prove it. And tonight,
second and about 2.
they've had a situation where Quincy's proven that they are the better team is Mike Bartlett.
Bartlett runs it in for a touchdown, Quincy.
And he has been unbelievable here in the second half.
He's having a night for himself, no doubt about that.
Mike Elder will try to make it a 27-0 Quincy lead. And this is about the only good situation. Unbelievable. Quincy. No, it's...
Over for the point after.
I thought the way the night has gone, that it would have been caught and taken into the end zone by a President. That's the way the night would have gone. Presidents on their way to 4-2. The Wildcats dropping to 3-3 with 8:04 left. As the President's about to kick off, and Mike Bartlett and the Presidents, realistically coming off a game where if you looked at on paper, Weymouth was coming off a big victory over a very good North Quincy team, despite North Quincy's 1-4 record. The Red Raiders have a good shot to finish 6-4 as Elder hits a cannon shot that Kersey takes at the 5. Kersey to the 18, now to about the 28 he spins. But the fact of the matter is that Quincy played Division IV team in Mattanon last week, and it's no downgrade of the Mattanon football program by no means, but Mattanon, in North Quincy is a big difference.
Well, as we said at the beginning of the game, Weymouth really needed to step it up another notch. They had kicked it in the third gear in the previous 2 games and needed to pop the clutch and drop it into 4th or 5th, and they just weren't able to do it tonight. Right from the get-go, they've been flat.
And boy, does it just mount up. Steve Kersey going nowhere. It's anything that the Wildcats have tried tonight is just gone south of the border, so to speak. Jason got in on the tackle. You have to credit Quincy. Quincy has just come out. They have taken it to Weymouth, and they'll beat them for the 3rd straight year.
Kersey picks up 2 yards.
And to be honest with you, maroon and gold uniforms have not had a team beat them in their entire career like Quincy has owned them, as Scotty Gerard felt one of the bright spots of the night.
Yeah, that's something the coaches are looking for here. They're not expecting them to climb back and put a 27 up in 7 minutes, but you still want to see 100% out there, and you still want to see a full effort, and that's what you got there.
Yeah. It's a situation. I cannot remember one high school as Shannon just overthrows intended receiver Matt Gill, who was open, but I cannot remember a Weymouth or a Weymouth North team that coaches to Torah and Cobbin are more associated with, and that has owned them for even with a Coach Bob Weber team, that a senior group who will play sophomore, junior, and senior year has lost to for 3 straight years.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
I mean, I have not remembered one.
You would know, I'm sure.
But right now, Wildcats are just a whole heap of trouble, and I think that kick after dropping the ball by Scott Gerard might have indicated the emotion as Ross Shannon just pats him on the back and says, hey, come on.
45-yard line.
I mean, now it's a bunch of small battles, and you got to get your licks in where you can, and pick up your yardage here and there, and make it a pride thing.
3rd down, 10, 6:52 left. Draw play, and boy, I'll tell you, it's like Steve Kersey's got a bullseye painted on him. Kevin Carey leading a group of tacklers in, along with Jason Bennett. I mean, it's like they had just said, Steve, here we come.
Brought down by number 42, Ryan Taylor and his friends.
Kersey's going to give you everything he has, and we've seen that the past few weeks, but he's not the type of runner who's going to run people over. He needs a hole.
Taylor's punt, fielded, and a fair catch at the 31-yard line. And with 6:16 left, emotionally, for the Wildcats, you got to pick up the pieces. You got to pick up the pieces, get ready for Bridgewater, Raynham. And that's never an easy choice. Those are always wars with Bridgewater, Raynham. But
that may be what Weymouth needs, Mark, you know, not an easy opponent, someone they know that they got to step it up against. You know, they realize they didn't get it done here tonight. They're not going to have an easy time of it next week. So they better stay focused or get focused.
Quincy's just making no bones about it. Here they come. They're going to run the ball with the second unit. Michael Taylor just grabbing Greg Santoro for about a gain of 2 for Santoro, but you're going to see a lot of new, clean uniforms to finish this one up.
Santoro, the ball carrier, brought down by England.
It's surprising. And I'll admit, coming into the game, I felt Weymouth had a very good shot to put away Quincy. I thought that the way they were playing, that the momentum coming in, that they would come in and take care of business. And you know, Quincy had a shot, but I didn't think, as the situation goes, that.
Right, the way Weymouth's defense has been playing, you wouldn't think they would give up 3 touchdowns and a half like they have here tonight.
Jeff Russell just tangled up on a bad snap situation, but the fact of the matter is, with 5:14 and the clock just ticking away, but 2 of the touchdowns, it's got to be pointed out, come after pass interceptions. In fact, all 3 touchdowns here in the second half have been set up by off turnovers. All 3 touchdowns.
11 yards to go for
Downing with the first interception at the Weymouth 50, set up the first one, and then it looked like the Wildcats would climb back into it, and they did not. And the reverse on 3rd down could go for the distance. As Mike Sheffer nearly broke it.
Sheffer sweeps left side and
all the way to the Weymouth 26. I mean,
first down, Quincy. England on the tackle for Weymouth. Saves a touchdown.
This is a night where you just call it an old-fashioned whooping. And you just clear it out of your mind in a hurry. You can't have much more go wrong.
No, they're not going to want to look at the tape of this one.
And I know what the comments are going to be as soon as I see any player after this game. Santoro going nowhere, as he'll lose about a yard on the play. But the first comments I will hear from some of the players is going to be quite simply, burn it.
But not the quality work you do, Mark. Another fine effort by yourself here tonight. With the camera, the play-by-play call, so.
You tip your hat to Quincy.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
You tip your hat, you say, you got us, you beat us, and they have. I mean, give credit.
Nothing fancy, nothing tricky. Just good old-fashioned hard work. And
one of the bright spots of the night for Weymouth, the fumble recovery.
Getting a little sloppy now.
Covered by Weymouth.
71, Bobby Wilhelm. His team falls on the football, and for Ryan Quill and what will be the junior varsity offense on Monday. They will get their chance. See if they can punch one in against Quincy's junior varsity. See, a quick indication, so to speak.
Right, here's where these guys get a chance to prove themselves to the head coach.
You know, Leo, it's, you know, people don't know. I mean, anybody thinks we get it easy up here. I mean, it is freezing up here, and it's like you never expected it the way this day was. Johnny Lydon gets 5, and Johnny, it's a tough back, the junior. 155 pounds. He keeps working at it. He plugs his way along.
Wide in the ball carrier.
Ryan Quill,
5 yards for Weymouth.
sophomore quarterback. He's got a very good, strong right arm.
One on the tackle for Quincy.
How's his left?
I don't know. He's a good athlete, good baseball player, as well as a good football player. And Johnny Lydon gets a first down. You got to give Quincy the credit. I mean, they've come to Weymouth, and here in the second half, I think indications as far as this game. You look back at key plays, and I'm going to look back at, you know, it's how this game evolves. And I look back at the opening kickoff where they had Malvesti pinned at the 20, and he get in 18 more yards to start it off, and then it was like an indication of things to come. Weymouth just didn't tackle, and timeout Quincy, and we'll talk more about it with 2:06 left, and this one all wrapped up. If ever a look could say a lot.
I was singing along with the band there.
I know. It's,
sorry about that.
You know, it's nothing sorry about it. I mean, if there's ever a look, Messrs. Dearden, Gagnon, Bonacolto, and Ward, they're just sitting there, and there'll be 4 very frustrated individuals. It's not been a good night. I mean, I go back, I was talking about that kickoff return and key plays that set the tone of this one, and it's Johnny Lydon in the Quincy territory to the 40-yard line. But the fact of the matter is, I go back to that one, and it set the tone because Quincy, if you remember the first series, Weymouth just didn't tackle. Quincy marched down the field.
Right, first downs they're, you know, picking up 7 and 8, and you know, Weymouth had been backpedaling, like you said, from the opening kickoff.
And Weymouth gets a reprieve before the end of the first half, but the second half starts off with a pass interception that Quincy just takes down the field. As Lydon gets about 3. But the fact of the matter is, and you know, they take it, march it down the field, and then Mike Bartlett with the third big play after the Downing interception. On a 4th and 1 quarterback sneak, well, actually the play before, that he'd get close to a first down, and he had the first down. A penalty pushed it back to 4th and 1 situation. But the fact is that Bartlett looked like, I mean, yeah, he looked like
he
John touchdown running around the field untouched.
Yeah, you know, they were looking to pick up 1 yard, and he gets into the secondary and says, "Oh, I'll go the rest of the way."
Ryan Quill trying to do the same as Quill. And the Wildcats to the 35 with 40 seconds to go. And that set the tone. And that was the second big situation, or a set of plays, so to speak. Because the third big set of plays comes after Weymouth marched it down the field. Looked like they're going to punch it in on the Taylor kickoff return. They don't. John Ganchi interception. Quincy just takes it down the field, and that is where Quincy was able to just ace this one. And tip your hat to the president. Quill. He's going to have to run as Ryan dropped at about the 33. What do you take back to the drawing board? What do you try to do in getting back in the sync? And you have the extra day, because the next game is on a Saturday afternoon.
I'm not sure the players are going to want that extra day if it means another day of practice after this game.
Final play coming up in this one. Presidents have come to Weymouth and just taken the Wildcats apart. Johnny Lydon. Quincy just came to Weymouth, and once again, they not only beat the Wildcats, they dominated them. That's all there is to it, and there's nothing more you can say.
No. You just you go home, you try and get a good night's sleep, and you get back at it next week. I mean, it just wasn't pretty. It was homely from the get-go.
I don't think there's much you can say. Quincy, 26-0 for Leo Doyle. I'm Mark Duchamp. Presidents come to Weymouth and just take care of business. Good night from Legion Field.